Have you ever paused to wonder if the way you're spending your time and money is truly serving the life you want to live after 60? Life takes on a new rhythm, one that invites us to savor the quiet beauty of everyday moments and make choices that bring us peace and joy, yet without realizing it, many of us cling to habits that weigh us down, draining our savings and dimming the lightness of our golden years. In this video, we'll walk together through 9 common spending traps they can sneak into our lives, shared through heartfelt stories of women. Just like you, you'll discover practical wisdom to let go of what no longer serves you and embrace choices that make your days feel free fall and truly yours. Watch until the end to uncover small, powerful shifts that can transform your financial peace and help you live with more joy, because you deserve a life that feels as beautiful as the moment you cherish most. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video. You can help me continue to spread the old age lesson. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bells so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know so I can make a better video for you. Now, let's get started. 1. The illusion of designer labels. Let us begin with a topic that has ensnared many of us at some point in our lives: the allure of explain. It's of brand name clothing and accessories. For decades, society has peddled the notion that elegance is something that a prestigious designer label stitched into a blouse or embossed on a handbag somehow elevates our worth, commands greater respect, or makes us more visible in the eyes of others. Women in particular have been conditioned to believe that a well-known brand is a shortcut to sophistication, symbol of success that broadcasts our status to the world. We invested in the silk blouses from Chanel, the leather handbag from Coach, the heels from Nordstrom, and for a time it felt like the right choice in the office. A polished appearance lent an air of professionalism, signal incompetence and ambition. At social gatherings, a carefully curated outfit helped us blend into circles where appearances seemed to matter. Even if family events, dressing impeccably offered a sense of control, a way to project strength and poise. The act of dressing well became a ritual, a way to armor ourselves against the world's judgments and feel empowered in our skin. Allow me to introduce Helen, a 68-year-old woman who resides in a serene tree-lined neighborhood in Pennsylvania. Helen was once a devoted follower of fashion, her closet a treasure trove of designer labels. Each morning, she would stand before her wardrobe, meticulously selecting the perfect outfit. Perhaps a tailored blazer, a silk scarf, or a pair of gleaming leather pumps. She took pride in coordinating her accessories, from delicate earrings to elegant handbags, ensuring every detail was flawless. For Helen, these choices were more than aesthetic. They were a declaration of her identity, a way to assert her place in a world that often scrutinized women's appearances. But something profound shifted after Helen retired. Her days, once filled with meetings and social obligations, gave way to a quieter, more introspective rhythm. One crisp autumn morning, as she stood before her overflowing closet, a question pierced the silence. Who am I dressing for now? Her life had transformed. She spent her mornings baking cookies with her grandchildren, their flour-dusted hands giggling over misshapen. Though she tended to her garden, coaxing roses and lavender into bloom under the warm sun, she volunteered at the local library, reading stories to wide-eyed children or helping elderly patrons navigate the Peter system. None of these moments demanded a $300 pair of shoes or a designer jacket. What they required was her presence, her warmth, her laughter, her ability to be fully engaged in the moment. Today, Helen still dresses with care, but her wardrobe has evolved to reflect her new priorities. She favors soft cotton dress. This is comfortable flats and cardigans that wrap her, and coziness. These clothes allow her to move freely, to kneel in the garden or chase her grandchildren across the lawn. When asked about her style, Helen's eyes twinkled as she declares, "The best thing I wear now is my smile." And she means it. Her joy is palpable, radiating from a place of authenticity that no designer label could ever confer. The truth is, real elegance is not something you purchase at a boutique or display on a hanger. It emanates from within, from the way you make others feel when they're in your presence, the kindness in your voice when you share a story, or The spark in your eyes when your grandchild bounds into the room. Elegance is the confidence to be yourself unapologetically, without the need for external validation. You don't require a logo to be worthy. Your worth is inherent, woven into the fabric of who you are. The next time you feel the urge to splurge on something flashy or expensive, pause and reflect. Ask yourself, does this item imagine genuine joy to my life? Or does it merely come with a hefty price tag? Does it align with who I am and how I want to live? You may find that choosing comfort, confidence, and authenticity over status feels like shedding a heavy burden. In that lightness, you'll discover a freedom that no designer label can provide, a freedom to define elegance on your terms, to the pressure to upgrade technology. Now, let us turn to a more insidious force in modern life. The relentless pressure to upgrade to the latest technology. Every year, tech companies unveil new phones, tablets, smart watches, and gadgets, each promising lightning-fast speeds, crystal-clear cameras, and an array of features we're told are indispensable. The marketing is relentless. Sleek advertisements flood our screens. Social media buzzes with influencers showcasing the must-have device, and the message is clear: if you don't keep up, you're falling behind. It's a seductive near it. Give one that taps into our desire to stay connected, relevant, and in step with a rapidly changing world. But this constant chase comes at a cost, both financially and emotionally. Let me share the story of Ruth, a 72-year-old woman from Oregon who has always prided herself on her independence and tech savvy. Ruth was no stranger to our phone. She used her to stay in touch with her daughter in California, share photos of her garden, and even dabble in online puzzles. When a new phone hit the market, touted for its revolutionary camera, titanium body, and cutting-edge features, Ruth felt a spark of curiosity. Why not? She thought, maybe this will make things even better. So she spent over $1,000 on the device, expecting it to streamline her life and enhance her connections. Instead, the opposite happened. The new phone felt like a labyrinth of unfamiliar menus and cryptic settings buttons she once navigated with ease were now in different places. Notifications overwhelmed and she missed important calls from her daughter simply because she couldn't figure out the new interface. Far from empowering her, the phone left Ruth feeling frustrated, inadequate, and disconnected. All she truly wanted was to FaceTime her daughter, see her great-grandbaby's first smile, and share photos of her blooming peonies. Her old phone, she realized, had done all of that perfectly well. Ruth's experience underscores a broader truth: technology is meant to serve us, not to dictate our lives or stress us out. New doesn't always mean better, especially when the device you already own meets your needs reliably. The tech industry thrives on convincing us that we're missing out, but with damn lies in recognizing when good enough is truly enough. Ruth made the bold decision to return the new phone and revert to her old one with its familiar interface. She regained her sense of control and peace. Now, she uses her phone intentionally to connect with loved ones, capture moments that matter, and engage with the world on her terms. It's not the tech industry's. If you feel the pressure to upgrade, take a moment to step back and evaluate. Ask yourself, what do I use this device for? Does my current phone, tablet, or laptop still perform those tasks effectively? If the answer is yes, consider resisting the hype. You're not behind the curve if you're wise, discerning the difference between a want fueled by marketing and a need rooted in your daily life. By choosing to keep what works, you reclaim your time, your money, and your peace of mind, allowing technology to be a tool that enhances your life rather than complicated. 3. The weight of credit card interest. Breaking free from financial burden. It's finally, let us address a topic that often lurks in the shadows, quietly eroding both our finances and our peace of mind: credit card interest. For many, credit cards began as a convenient tool, a way to cover a dinner out, purchase a thoughtful gift, or handle an unexpected car repair. They offered flexibility, a bridge to the next paycheck. But over time, those small charges can accumulate, and what started as a manageable balance can balloon into a daunting debt. The real sting comes from the interest, which can siphon off hundreds or even thousands of dollars, not for things you're enjoying today, but for purchases long forgotten. Consider Joanne, a 70-year-old widow. For From Florida, who knows this burden all too well. Joanne spent most of her life being frugal, carefully budgeting to provide for her family. But after her husband passed away, she found herself grappling with loneliness and uncertainty. To cope, she turned to her credit card. More frequently, she bought small comforts online, a cozy throw blanket, a new coffee maker to brighten her quiet evenings. She sent lavish gifts to her grandchildren, wanting to see their faces light up. She made home repairs to keep her house feeling like a sanctuary. None of these purchases were extravagant, but they added up, and Joanne didn't realize how much until she sat down to review her finances. The numbers shocked her. In just 2 years, she had paid over $9,000 in credit card interest alone. Her heart sank as she thought of what that money could have meant, covering medical bills, funding home repairs, or taking a long overdue trip with her sister to the beaches of Key West. The weight of that realization was heavy. Not just fine, naturally, but emotionally dead isn't merely a number on a statement. It's a feeling that can keep you awake at night, whispering anxieties about the future and regrets about the past. But Joanne refused to let despair define her. She took action with the same resilience that had carried her through life's challenges. She called her bank and negotiated a payment plan tailored to her budget. She made small, consistent payments, chipping away at the balance to supplement her efforts. She sold a few household items she no longer needed, a rarely used dining set, some old jewelry, turning clutter into progress. Most importantly, Joanne forgave herself. She recognized that her voices, while imperfect, came from a place of grief and a desire to find joy learning. She reminded herself, as part of living, Joanne's story is a powerful reminder that debt doesn't have to be a life sentence. It's a challenge, yes, but one that can be met with determination and support. So many women carry this burden and silence, believing they must solve it alone, or that it reflects a personal failure. But you are not alone, and debt does not define your worth. Resources exist: financial counselors, debt consolidation programs, even community workshops that can light the path forward. The less you owe, the lighter you feel. And that lightness creates space for joy, creativity, and the freedom to live life on your terms. If you're carrying credit card debt, take a small step today. Review your statements, call your bank to explore options, or confide in a trusted friend or advisor. Each step, no matter how small, is a victory. You deserve to reclaim your financial peace and the joy that comes with it. By letting go of the weight of interest, you open the door to a future where your money serves your dreams, not your debts. For the silent drain of unused subscriptions in the modern world, there's an insidious financial trap that many of us fall into without even realizing it. The silent drain of unused subscriptions. Companies have mastered a subtle yet highly effective strategy, banking on our forgetfulness and inertia. They entice us with free trials, limited time offers, or the promise of endless entertainment, hoping we'll sign up on a whim and then neglect to cancel over time. These seemingly small charges, $9.99 for streaming service here, $14.99 for a fitness app there, accumulate into a significant financial burden, quietly siphoning money from our bank accounts. Take Margaret, a 66-year-old retiree from Austin, Texas, as a case study, and how this trap ensnares even the most well-intentioned among us. During the early months, the pandemic, when the world felt uncertain and isolating, Margaret sought comfort in the digital realm. She subscribed to a plethora of streaming platforms: Netflix, Hulu, Disney+, HBO Max, and even niche services like BritBox for her love of British mysteries. She also signed up for several fitness apps, promising herself she'd stay active while stuck at home. At the time, each subscription felt like a lifeline, a way to maintain control and bring joy during a challenging period. The monthly cost seemed negligible, and the convenience was undeniable. But as the months turned into years, Margaret began to notice a pattern. For viewing habits had narrowed to just 2 shows: reruns of Murder, She Wrote, and a weekly cooking program, both of which he later discovered were available for free through her cable package or on public streaming platforms. The fitness apps went untouched, their notifications ignored. Yet the charges continue to appear on her credit card statement month After month, when Margaret we sat down to review her expenses, she was stunned. She was spending over $90 a month, more than $1,080 a year on subscription. She rarely, if ever, used the realization was a wake-up call. Margaret thought about the opportunities that $1,080 could have afforded: a weekend getaway with her sister to the Texas Hill Country, a contribution to her emergency savings fund, or even a series of delightful dinners at her favorite local restaurant. The money wasn't just a number. It represented experiences, security, and moments of joy she had unknowingly sacrificed. Determined to reclaim control, Margaret took decisive action. She combed through her bank statements, compiled a comprehensive list of every subscription, and canceled all but one streaming service, which she kept for her beloved mysteries. Inspired to be more intentional, Margaret adopted a new approach, rotating her subscriptions. Each month, she select one or two services based on what she's genuinely excited to watch, ensuring she maximizes value and enjoyment. Along the way, she made a delightful discovery through her local library, a free app called Canopy, which offers thousands of movies, documentaries, and educational programs at no cost. With a library card, from critically acclaimed films to thought-provoking documentaries, Canopy provided a treasure trove of content that enriched her life without adding to her expenses. Margaret's story underscores a broader truth: we're often conditioned to believe that more choices equate to more happiness. Yet the opposite is often true. An abundance of subscriptions can lead to decision fatigue, leaving us overwhelmed and disconnected from the content we consume. By paring down her subscriptions, Margaret not only saved money, but also rediscovered the joy of intentionality. She found that fewer carefully chosen options allowed her to savor her entertainment more deeply. If you haven't reviewed your subscriptions recently, now is the perfect time to do so. Pull up your bank or credit card statements, identify recurring charges, and ask yourself, when was the last time I used the service? Does it still bring me joy? Canceling unused subscriptions isn't just about saving money. It's about reclaiming agency over your financial life and prioritizing what truly matters. The relief you feel might come not only from the dollars saved, but from the clarity of choosing a life aligned with your values. 5. The cost of chasing the jackpot. Every Wednesday and Saturday night, a quiet ritual unfolds in millions of households across the country. People carefully select their numbers, purchase lottery tickets, and clutch them with a flicker of hope, dreaming of a life transformed. For a fleeting moment, the possibility of winning feels tantalizingly close. A chance to pay off debts, travel the world, or secure a comfortable retirement. But beneath this allure lies a harsh reality. The lottery is not a financial strategy. It's a dream we keep paying for, often at a cost far greater than we realize. Dolores, a 65-year-old grandmother from Cleveland, Ohio, knows this truth all too well. For years, she was a devoted power buy all player, spending $10 every payday on tickets, sometimes doubling down to $20 when the jackpot swelled to headline-grabbing figures. For Dolores, the lottery wasn't just about the money. It was about the possibilities it represented. She imagined paying off her modest home, helping her grown children with their student loans, or taking her grandchildren on a dream vacation to Disney World. Each ticket was a small investment, in hope, a whisper of maybe next time. After every loss, but after 5 years of consistent play, Dolores decided to confront the numbers, not the ones on her tickets, but the ones in her bank account. She meticulously calculated her lottery spending, tallying up every $10 and $20 purchase over the years. The total was staggering: over $5,000, not counting the occasional scratch-off ticket or extra plays during massive jackpots. $5,000, enough to have funded a new roof or home, a reliable used car, or a substantial nest egg for unexpected medical expenses. Instead, all she had to show for it was a shoebox of losing tickets and a growing sense of regret. The exercise forced Dolores to reevaluate her relationship with the lottery. She realized she had been chasing a mirage, buying into a promise of hope that rarely, if ever, was delivered. The odds of winning a major jackpot, 1 inch, $292.2 million for Powerball, meant her money was more likely to vanish than multiply. So she made a bold decision. She stopped playing altogether. Instead of funneling her money into tickets, she began redirecting that $10 a week into a savings jar labeled Future Joy. This small shift transformed her life in ways she hadn't anticipated. With her savings, Dolores enrolled in a pottery class at our local community center, where she discovered a passion for creating handmade gifts for her family. She joined a day trip with friends to a nearby vineyard, savoring laughter and connection. She even surprised her grandchildren with small, thoughtful presents like books and art supplies that deepened their bond. These experiences brought her immediate, tangible joy. Unlike the empty promises of a lottery ticket, Dolores' story reveals a profound truth. True wealth lies not in the fleeting chance of a jackpot, but in the love, wisdom, and experience as we cultivate ever. Today, the lottery sells the illusion of a quick fix, but real financial security and happiness are built through small, deliberate choices. If you find yourself buying tickets regularly, pause and reflect. What am I seeking? Is there another way to bring that dream to life? Perhaps it's saving for a meaningful goal